Hello? Am I doing this right? Yes. Okay. Tonight I just was in the mood to do a good old-fashioned acrylic pour painting. It's been a couple of years since I've done one. So let's just see our tools here. This is a catalyst, I guess. It's a tool that moves color. So it's kind of a little bit rubbery and bendy. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to use that. It's a wedge. And I have a palette knife. And the colors that I'm using, just some cheap craft paint. I have Craft Smart and Ivory. And these are acrylic paints. And I have Anita's All-Purpose Craft Paint in permanent cobalt. And excuse my yellow fingernails as Dollar Tree nail polish stained them. And again, this is Anita's All-Purpose Acrylic, and this is True Red. So, just a heads up if you're going to do this, this paint brand is a little thicker than this one, so you don't need to mix as much water with it. So I've already pre-mixed my colors. Oh, I'm lying. I'm also using the Liquitex Basics Light Blue Permanent and a little bit of the Artist Loft Titanium White. Now this is something that you could do with your kids. This is something you could do on a date night or a girls' night or just by yourself like I am doing now. So I've mixed mostly of the cobalt blue because I want that to be my background negative color. And you want the paint to be mixed with water. Some people use Floetrol or some kind of special oil. I can't remember what it's called. But I don't have any of that anymore. But you want it to be like this. And some people also use, and which I also used, is a little blowtorch type thing, but I can't get mine to work. It's jammed. So that is to pop the air bubbles. So there's that. And I have a hairdryer. So let's get started. After you've mixed your paints to the consistency of liquidy, and we'll get these paints out of the way. I haven't done one of these in quite a while, so, and the colors that I chose were paints that I already had opened, and I didn't want to open up new paints, so I just wanted to use up what I had open. So I got this, I think it's 16 by 20, I think it is, canvas that I was just wiping my paintbrushes on to see what would happen, see if I could get like a painting or whatever. Anyway, and then I have put these push pins in the bottom because you don't want your canvas touching the table because it will dry and stick to your table. Okay. And you want your canvas to be level, which, okay, and there's a little bit of wobble, but not too bad. Okay, and let's see. And you want to wear protective clothing and protect your surface. So I want this cobalt blue to be my background negative space color, and hopefully I've mixed up enough. It's looking kind of iffy. I might need to mix it up a little bit more. So let's see. That sounds weird. Just some plain water. And you want to put your base color all over your canvas so the other colors they can move on your canvas. You'll see what I mean here in a little bit. So I'm just going to take my popsicle stick and spread this over, and this gives like an ice skating rink surface so the other colors can move. Okay, I'm just going to have to do this how I used to do it. I just spread it with my hands. And that seems to be the easiest way to do it. For me. You can use a palette knife or popsicle stick or a piece of cardboard. But I always found it easiest and best for me personally just to use my hands. Okay. Like I said, hopefully I got enough here. And this will be messy. The kids will love it. I got a little bit of dried paint right there. You can just pluck that off. And make sure you are protecting your floor as well. Okay. So it doesn't have to be perfect. And Mr. Tang is crying. I'm just going to wipe off some of this paint off my hands and let the cat out because he will not shut up until he's let out. Until he's let out. There you go. Okay. So that's your base color. Your negative space background base color. And then what you want to do is, I'm sure you've seen other videos on acrylic pouring. And I was just in the mood today because I haven't done it in a long time. So I'm going to start off with a light color for the first one. How should I do this? This is always the hard part. How should I do this? Should I just pour it in the middle and blow it out? I know, I kind of like, and I always like to keep just a little bit of extra paint in case sometimes that color will completely disappear. And if you have a little bit of extra, you can add it. So I'm not making any particular design, and this red paint has a lot of air bubbles in it. I really wish my little torch was working. And now in the middle, I'm going to use some white. And I didn't mix up very much of that. Now I'm going to actually mix up a little bit more of this blue, cobalt blue. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done this. And I need some of the base color to blow over top of these colors. And you'll see what I mean here in a minute. So when the bottle's running low, I just pour the water in here, give it a good shake to use as my water mixture. Just going to use it all. Okay, so I need to stir that up, so give me a minute here. Talk amongst yourselves. I mean, this might be a good thing. Mother's Day is coming up. You can either make something for your mother or do this with her mother. Doing this with your mother would probably, in my opinion, be better than just handing her one because you'd be spending time together. And I just use little Dixie cups is what I use. Alright, so got some more of that. Now with this, what is this, light blue permanent. Some people will put a stripe, but to me, in my opinion, that look gets kind of old. Having that stripe and fan out this way and fan out that way. Let's try something different, please. Okay. There wasn't much of that, was there? Okay, so this is what I mean by Okay, so I'm going to pour this around it. Maybe a little bit in the middle there. Maybe I can get some more white. I got another clump. So I needed to use that paint up. It was starting to clump up. Okay. Sir. Now you can do what's called a dirty pour. Am I thinking this right? No, wreck it. I'm thinking, okay, you could either wreck it is what they call, and you can put like lines like this. That's called wrecking it. And you could either like take a piece of cardboard or one of these and just like run it all together. I can't remember what that's called. I want to say it's a swipe, and then that's the end of that. But I think I want to blow my blue over top of my, this is as far as my hairdryer will go. Okay, so let's see. It's going to be loud. Oh. Okay, I want a low setting. Okay, so I'm going to blow it. My hairdryer's not reaching very good. Okay, so this isn't going to work. So ideally, my hairdryer is not going to blow, but ideally would blow all the paint over on top of this to where you don't see any of that color, and then blow it out. Let's see if I can just do it like this. I made it too thick. Okay, I made it way too thick. So we're going to go a different route. We are going to see what we can do with this. You know what? I have more of this blue paint, so let's just do that. Alright, so this is kind of weird that it's not working. And my hairdryer is not reaching. That's the biggest problem. I just put that there. So I have another bottle of this paint. You can also tilt it. Tilt it around. And let the paint drip all over the place. I really need my hairdryer to reach better. I poured it into this white paint and it's not as dark, but that will be alright too. Let's see if my hairdryer will... It's just not going to reach unless I unplug a light, which that would make it worse. Okay. Let's see here. How should I save this? Let me count the ways. I might add a little interest. I'm going to put some more over here. Okay. So what I think I'm going to do is, I really need to do this. Okay, I'm going to have to lose a light for my, hold on, let me go get an extension cord. Okay, I'm back. Oh, alright. Got an extension cord, now my hairdryer will work. Okay, so I blew the blue over top of the other ones that I poured, and you can see cells popping up already. Let's see. Trying also not to get this to blow into my curtains. And you just blow the design out. And you can use a higher setting. Like I said, I'm trying not to get this all over my curtains. Oh, let's try it. There we go. Whew. That was strong. Oh, that looks pretty cool. It looks like a galaxy. I do need some more paint over here, so I'm going to let that drip. And then you can also use a straw and blow parts out, or you can just blow it with your mouth. That didn't sound right. Let's see. Okay, you can move it back up or back down. Okay, so let's add a little bit more. And you don't want to use the hairdryer too much, because it will start to just mud up into one weird color. And this is where the extra paint comes in to play if you want to. Add some more color somewhere else. See all that, this color, this, whatever it is, what is it? Ivory that I put is almost all gone except for that little bit there. So, let's see. Let's just take the hairdryer again. Blowing my paint everywhere. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to smooth this corner over. I don't even know if this corner is showing in the frame or not. It looks like a, to me, this looks like a explosion in space. Okay, kind of like it. Let's see, you can take one of these. I didn't even use my wedge thing. You can take one of these and like drag it out more. You can reshape it, but I don't want to do that anymore. And you can use straws to do this as well. And another way to do this is instead of blow drying it, you can tilt it and the paint will move. It's like called stretching. I think I might try to stretch this out a little bit. And it will drip everywhere. So make sure you are protected in every way. Okay, I don't want to do any more with that. Actually, let's come back down this way a little bit. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that. And then you could, you know, a lot of people, I just did everything in the center. You can do a line and then blow it this way and blow it that way. But I just see so much of that, I didn't want to do that tonight. And now I'm just kind of playing around, see what else I can do here with some paint that I still have left. And there's special pouring paints out there. You can get them at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. But I just like to get regular paint and mix it with water. Or the silicone oil, that's what it was. So let's see what we can do with this. Okay, paint's getting knocked over. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I did a weird job of it, but you know, you can do other things with it. I could stretch this out and roll it around. Where's my light? Take that off. Oh, that's not the problem. But you got all these cells that pop up. To me, it reminds me of bone marrow for some reason. Yeah, and you can use different colors. You can use a white background, negative space. It's just something fun to do. Something fun, cheap, and easy. And, you know, make it a date night or with your kids or a Mother's Day. So I want to thank you for sticking around. And maybe if you like this content, hit like, comment, share, subscribe. Greatly appreciate it, and thank you for joining me here on this weird painting. Now these colors will dry maybe a little darker than what they look like right now. And also, when you do this, I forgot to mention this, make sure that you cover your sides like I did not do. So you just bring the paint down and cover the sides. And sometimes if there's a lot of paint, more than what I've used, it will be drippy. So every now and then while it's drying, you just want to kind of scrape the bottom to get the drips off. So that is acrylic pour painting, the basics. And so again, thank you and have a great night.